My top 5 favorite black content creators.
I like this video idea. Mind if I dance around with it for a bit? Hey, yo! First things first, shout out to the original creator. That being said, here are my top 5 favorite black content creators. Keyword being favorites, not the top 5 best, not the top 5 GOATs, just my 5 personal favorite black content creators. Before we get into it, real quick, here's the list of my honorable mentions. Now let's get into the list. At number 5, I got Deshaun Raw. If YouTube had a YouTube Wrapped in 2011, I guarantee you Deshaun Raw would have been my #1 creator. Him and Timothy De La Ghetto would have been my top 2. This is high school nostalgia for me. Now, of course, everybody knows the iconic Super Hot Fire rap battle parodies, but he had some skits that were much funnier than those. Living with a Thug, Concords, Get Turned Up, Facebooking, Juanito, Out the Water.
Bro, you not gonna splash on me.
Thugland, Ill Mind of Deshaun, You Got That 5, Shine Bright Like a Leroy.
Shine bright like a Leroy.
A song that I used to rinse all the time. Gas money, gas money, gas money.
All I need is gas money.
You ain't gotta fight, then you can't get in. Part of me still wishes that he never crashed out and deleted all his videos on his original channel, because there are some videos that I remember that I know I'll never see again. But I respect him enough as a creator to understand that he had his reasons. But still, I'll go to YouTube and find the re-uploads and rewatch them to relive the glory days, because it really was a time, yo. Hoopla forever, fam.
Hoopla, we're originators, dog.
Now, originally I wasn't gonna include a group in this list, but these guys are my GOATs, so I had to include them. RDC World may be number 4 on my list, but when it comes to YouTube groups, black, white, or otherwise, these guys are the GOATs. These guys single-handedly reshaped black nerd culture. Yes, even Dylan. We count him. Now, while I would say that Lean Squad set the table for RDC during the Vine era, RDC took the baton and ran with it. And look where they are now. They went from making short little skits to practically movies. Their production value is incredible. They have their own manga, they have their own convention, DreamCon, the greatest convention on the face of this planet. And they did all of this by restructuring what it means and what it looks like to be a black nerd. To be black and love anime, to be black and love comic books, to be black and love video games. They sort of had a hand in normalizing it in our community. And while people do look at Mark as the front man of the group, each member of RDC brings something unique to the group that makes the group stand out amongst any other. Desmond with the way that he can charismatically play villains. Leland is probably the funniest in the group. Af with his artistic and music skills. Ben and John with their delivery and timing. Dylan, very underrated when it comes to his physicality. And Mark's drive and determination, his work ethic, very inspiring. It really makes you want to continue to root for them. The universe is their limit.
Anime is only real when you don't believe it. So, believe it.
Andre Meadows, black nerd comedy, does not get talked about enough. So allow me to take the opportunity right now in this video to give Andre his flowers. When I was in high school, if it wasn't Deshaun Raw, if it wasn't Timothy De La Ghetto, if it wasn't Nostalgia Critic, I was watching black nerd comedy. As a black nerd myself, as somebody who loved Power Rangers, as somebody who loved video games, as somebody who loved nostalgic TV shows and movies and cartoons, I felt like I was seen every time I watched Andre's videos. There were things that I loved and I remembered that nobody else around me did that he was talking about in his videos, even like the littlest, most obscure thing. He would even reintroduce me to things that I forgot that I loved. He would go to conventions, he would do interviews, he would do music parodies, awkward talks with girls, black nerd reviews where he would talk about the good, the bad, and the nerdy of a movie or a TV show. Black Nerd Rants, that was my shit. I loved Black Nerd Rants. And he was funny. Like he was creatively funny.
I liked Game Gear before it was cool.
Hipsters on it.
Selwyn Ward, first black leader of the Power Rangers.
Please stop blocking. Doo-doo-doo. Please put your back in.
But most importantly, he was unapologetic about being a black nerd on the internet. I don't think that he gets the credit that he deserves for being a pioneer of black nerd content on the internet. That's why it bugs me when people hold spaces for black content creators, black nerd content creators, and they talk about black content creators and they never talk about Andre. They really should, because Andre is the forefather of all of us black nerds on the internet. Maybe there's no chance that Andre's ever going to see this, but in case you're watching, Andre, thank you so much for pioneering the black nerd internet space, and you'll always get your flowers from me.
Chain chomp, yo.
The GOAT. Absolutely. Hands down the GOAT. It's not even a debate. Last year when I met Berlin at DreamCon, I told him to his face that him and Timothy De La Ghetto were 2 of my biggest inspirations when it came to content creation. There was nothing Berlin could do that wasn't funny. There was nothing Berlin could do that wasn't entertaining. The skits, the talkback videos, the exposed series,
How did he get the flashlight?
the cooking videos, Easy Tunes, Dr. Easy, the gaming videos. Berlin's even got classic freestyles.
You be standing over there in that white dress just to impress. she never stressed. Friday night too, you know how we do. Easy gang, yeah, I'm here with me and my crew. Where are the draws? I need them all for me and Kurt Angle. Copyright strikes. I really don't like copyright strikes.
And I saw it for myself at DreamCon last year. The Easy Gang community does not play about Berlin. We love Berlin, no matter what style of content he makes, no matter what platform he's on, whether he's on YouTube or Twitch, whether he's making skits or exposed videos or gaming videos, no matter what it is, we stand 10 toes behind Berlin. Now you're probably wondering, who could be my #1 favorite black content creator? Well, the answer for that is pretty simple. It's me. I'm my favorite black content creator. I'm my #1. I know that I'm not up there with a lot of my favorites. I know I'm not on the level of Berleezy or RDC or Andre Meadows, and I know that I'm not even on the level of some of my peers that are doing this. I know the work that it took for me to get to this point. I know the effort that I put into making my content.
For viewers like you, thank you.
And I absolutely love and I'm proud of everything I've ever put out. And if you fancy yourself a content creator, an artist, or anything of the sort, black, white, or otherwise, you should be a big fan of yourself. You should be the biggest fan of yourself because no one should believe in you more than you do. And it's just simple as that.